Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of All Things Gaming. Today's episode we're going to be talking about Mass Effect 3 and how the fans have been freaking out about the ending. The fans have gone so far to file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission and the Better Business Bureau. And the complaint says that BioWare has misled fans and provided false advertising for Mass Effect 3. So this is just ridiculous that they've gone so far to file a complaint with federal agencies, and a not federal agency, but they filed complaint about Mass Effect 3 because they didn't like the ending, and they said they were misled with advertising. This has just gone completely out of hand. And the worst part is that this complaint went through after BioWare publicly stated that they were listening to fans and willing to make changes, or talk about it actually. They said they're willing to talk about the ending once more people have finished the game. So once more time passes, they'll talk about the ending, and yet then fans go and file the complaint anyways. They said, hey, we're going to talk about it, then fans go and file the complaint. So these promises made during development, they're not promises, they're assumptions and guesses about what the final product is going to be like, and they're subject to change. Throughout development, games are constantly changing. Some completely change genre, some ditch gameplay ideas, you cannot hold people accountable for these promises. If we did, Peter Molyneux would be sued to death. It's just ridiculous that their assumptions made during development. Maybe if they were saying, like, while you're in line buying the store and like said on the front of the game, this game is playable on PlayStation 3. You go put in your PlayStation 3 and it doesn't run. It says put in your Xbox 360. Then you could file a complaint, but they're not promising anything they're not delivering in. So some supporters of it are coming out and saying that Mass Effect 3 wasn't just BioWare's story, it was also the player's story. And no, it wasn't your story, it was BioWare's story. They wrote the entire game. You didn't send them in your little letters saying, I want this to happen. No, BioWare wrote the entire game, and they gave you the false impression that you were making choices. Every single choice you made was a plan laid out by BioWare, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to make that choice in the game. So saying that it's your story is just ridiculous. It's basically a choose-your-own-adventure book. No matter what you do, you end up at a predetermined path. You're just following BioWare's path. This is a team's artistic vision, and you have no say in how they present it, besides whether you buy it or not. You can critique it, but you can't just go around and turn back and just because you didn't like it and say, make me a new one. Overall, it is EA's choice whether they want a new ending because they publish the game. They're the people footing the bill for the game to be made, and you're basically buying it from them. So you can choose to buy it or not, but you can't just turn around and say, this is stupid, and cry about it, and go to the FTC and BBB because you don't like the ending to a game. This isn't the first thing to have a crappy ending ever. The ending of The Sopranos was terrible. They're sitting there in the restaurant having a conversation, all of a sudden they just... That's the end of the entire series. People didn't get flipped out about that. They were just like, oh, that was... Either they liked it, they enjoyed what it meant for the series, or they were pissed off and they just moved on with their lives. That was terrible. I can't believe they did that. And that was it. Why do you fans of Mass Effect 3 think you're that much better than every other crappy ending ever that you deserve a new one created for you? It doesn't make sense. And all the paths that you chose to follow, they were ultimately to bring you to BioWare's predetermined conclusion for their universe. Whether it be one of 14 different conclusions, they're still BioWare's conclusion for the story that they created. If this was really true, that this was the game for the gamers, why weren't people upset? They're saying that this is my game, I've made decisions, I've made all these choices. Why aren't they upset when I'm in a conversation or a set of actions with someone that the action or choice that I would have preferred to make isn't available? I have the options to say 3 different things. Well, if I don't want to say any of those things, or I just want to punch the guy in the face, it's my game, I should be able to do that. Let's file a complaint that it's saying I can choose my choices, but I really can't. I can't punch a guy in the face. I'm going to go file a complaint. This is just ridiculous. They present you the options that they think you should be presented. You can choose one of them you wanted, and you can go down one of those paths. You're not writing anything. You're not making any decisions besides what they want you to make out of the paths they've selected. So I don't understand why you think it's your game either, because you bought it. You didn't buy the game. You bought the rights to play the game. And because you can make vague choices throughout the entire thing that really you're just making BioWare's choices that they've already decided for you, all you're doing is following one of BioWare's predetermined paths for you to play out. So the endings for the game may not be that different in what they actually show, but they're radically different in what they imply. Basically, no matter what you're going to do in the Mass Effect universe, eventually you're going to get to the point in the end of Mass Effect 3 that events that are going on, no matter what you do throughout the game, you're going to get to that point because it's a big looming thing that's going to happen no matter what. The choices you've made up through the entire game is how the universe, how your characters, all your shipmates, and your relationships are going to be affected by the event. So the event is going to happen. That's a big looming thing. That's a constant. It's not going to change. That's why it happened there. So it's not, they can't change that. That's always going to happen. That's what you're working towards the entire series of Mass Effect. The choices you're making are changing the relationships and how people are going to be affected by the event. So there's nothing to be complained about because it's the same event. Yeah, it's the same event because that's going to happen no matter what. It's just how you built your relationships and characters, how people are going to be affected by the event that you're changing. So basically, fans just need to take a break, enjoy the game because it's great, play it, and stop complaining because it's ridiculous. And so, hope you guys watch some old videos. This is All Things Gaming. Have a nice day, everyone. This is just a quick announcement. I'm John. This is my girlfriend Jess.
Yes, hi.
And this is just a quick announcement that I'll be at PAX East over Easter weekend. If you're going to be there, look for me. I'm 6'4". I'll be wearing an allthingsgaming.net t-shirt.
It's going to be awesome.
So just say hi, and we can talk a little bit maybe. So just say hi if you'd like. But anyways, for those of you that cannot go, I will be recording videos. I'll be taking pictures. I'll be putting content on my website and on YouTube. So check back after Easter weekend for all my content. I'll also be hosting giveaways. Right here I have 2 copies of Gears of War 1 and 2. Both are signed by Cliff Bleszinski. These are mine, not yours. But I will be getting other things signed, maybe posters, because as you can tell I have quite a few. They're all video game related, and besides Kelsey. But anyways, I'll be trying to get some stuff to give away to you guys because you're awesome.